from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Brands Hatch, one of Britain's most historic and beloved racing circuits, where tonight the field takes on a lap that's all about courage, rhythm, and commitment. From its beginnings in 1926 to its years as Grand Prix venue, Brands Hatch has built a reputation as a place where great drivers stand out and small mistakes get punished immediately. This is a circuit that really never settles down. The Grand Prix layout combines the famous natural bowl. Shout out to Adam Risner in the YouTube chat. Let's take a look at what we have in store for West Coast Sim Racing. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Really appreciate all the love and support here tonight. Thank you to our title sponsor, VehicleBuyers.com, for tonight's event as well. Take a look at the championship calendar. We've been to Sebring back in March, Bathurst, CTMP, Phillip Island, Road Atlanta, Road America, Indy, Mid-Ohio, Okayama, Brands Hatch, the Soxon Ring, and Charlotte are up next on the calendar to finish things out for this championship. And it's still undecided who will come out on top. Speaking of who's going to come out on top, Jeremy Fletcher right now is sitting pretty with a 32-point gap and 6 wins to his name in front of Stone Colby. Nico Colby driving that Colby Trains derriere with 127 points. Marvin Samayo in 4th, Slater Colby in 5th, Edwin Onofre in 6th, 84 points deficit. Connor Cunningham in 7th, Joe Rainey in 8th, Brandon Birch in 9th, Alex Andreu in 10th. Warren Johnson, Kyle Domar, Christian James, Colton Juarez, Kenna Greta, Rizkov, Sean Stam, Darren Colby, Taylor Thompson, and Nishnik round out the top 20. Without any further delay, I think we're ready to go trackside, folks, as we get the drivers gridded up. We sit behind the official iRacing car. And it looks like a little bit of a communication going on there with the cars. But as we get settled in, let's take a look at our starting grid. Nico Colby and Slater Colby on that first row. Jeremy Fletcher and Marvin Samayoa on the second. Edwin Onofre and Stone Colby on the third. Igor Ryazkov and Jacob Luthard Lim in eighth. Joe Rainey and Warren Johnson in the fifth. Alexei Andreu and Connor T. Cunningham in the sixth row. Christian James and Colton Juarez. Then we'll have Michael Tanagretta and Darren Colby rounding out the 16th, with Jason Holcomb in 17th position. Take a look as the drivers as we come through Hawthorne Bend and then Westfield. Adam Risner saying, look at the Pickle-mobile. Who's got the Pickle-mobile? Would that be the fourth place car or Marvin Samioa? This thing? The Big Dill Sour Pickle? You look like you need a pickle. Grillo's Pickles. Other than the pickles on the racetrack, it's back to the racing action as the field is controlled by Nico Colby and Slater Colby. Fletcher in tow. It's green, green, green here for West Coast Sim Racing GR86 at Brands Hatch, folks. And it will be tight and hectic coming down through the first corner, but a nice leaping run for the Copeland Motorsports driver. Going a little bit wide up onto the grass fault there, but managing to keep it green and clean. Further back, it's going to be Edwin Onofre batting it out with that number 97 of Marvin Semiola, the Pickle-mobile. Single file line here, but it's not so much further back as it looked like Tanagretta or Connor T. Cunningham was trying to get his elbows out. Speaking of elbows out, looks like Joe Rainey got his out with the 247, or the 127, excuse me, of Luthard Lim. Up ahead, Jeremy Fletcher keeps on peeking and poking at the Colby of Slater ahead, but not finding the daylight on this occasion. Doors slightly ajar coming through the Paddock Hill bend. But now through the Pilgrim's Rise and in through Druids, it still remains single file line for the duo back in P2 and P3. A little further back, Joe Rainey trying to get the move done on Jacob Luthard Lim. Gets the one done here at Surtees. Joe Rainey in charge of the choo-choo train now, starting from P7 further back, all the way back down to P13. Connor T. Cunningham rests in P10. I don't think he's resting very soundly, as he has Warren Johnson up ahead, and he has Alexe right behind. Up ahead, it's still Fletcher trailing Slater Colby right now. Last time's round, 135.4, 135.5, 135.5. It seemingly looks like we're going to need to wait for the competition caution to bunch up the field again here for the GR86 Cups. Or a slight mistake for Nico Colby in the lead might settle that. Warren Johnson opening the door for himself on Connor Cunningham. Two by two down the Pilgrim's Drop in towards Hawthorne Bend. Who's going to come out victorious? It's going to go the way for Connor Cunningham. Will Alexe follow suit? In that number 19, they're going to door bang going through Westfield Bend and now through Dingle Dell. It will go the way to the inside line. It just has to. Taking a look at our weather, it is mostly cloudy out there. 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The track conditions cool at just a calm 68 degrees. Up ahead, here's Fletcher going for a move on Nico Colby, and the lick of the stamp, and a send goes into the back of Nico from way downtown. That brings it Marvin Semioa into third place as Fletcher disturbs the wake of water ahead. Nico Colby now leading Fletcher, who's in the grab of the championship right now. Going into the final two races, could mathematically secure it here and now. There goes Fletcher to the inside at the Paddock Hill Bend, pokes and probes, gets alongside through the Pilgrim's Rise. Now the run down to Druid belongs to Fletcher, and he'll snatch away the lead of this event. So it's Fletcher leading Colby, Nico, then Slater, then Stone, and Marvin Semioa in fifth. Edwin Onofre in this packed battle as well, but right here, right now, it's going to be the battle for P2 between the Colbys. from the top step of the podium to just outside of it, as Stone now throws his weight around. Marvin Samayoa has a good run on the three the three Colbys up ahead. And all this battling brewing has just let Fletcher run away with it right now. The number 16 of Slater goes a little bit too deep at Druids, but doesn't compromise his run too heavily. Samayoa back up into fourth. But how long will this battle last for? Because Edwin Onofre is lurking in the background. Marvin Samayoa fans cheer for him in chat. There goes the 97 right now. Trying to defend hard but fair and keep the number 52 behind for now. Checking in a little further back, it's Connor Cunningham and Luthard Lamb at Druids. Cunningham trying to go for a nasty switchback coming through the Graham Hill bend, but can't get that one quite solidified. Up ahead, it's still Nico Colby's third position battle with another Colby. There's Samayoa losing ground to Stone. That'll happen at Dingledell by the looks of it. Jeremy Fletcher still has a 3/4 of a second lead. Here goes Nico Colby on the 16 of Slater. Looking for a glancing attack coming into turn one. And Fletcher bogs down the field. Here comes Nico. There goes Slater. Gets a wheel along the outside of Fletcher. Gives a little paint to rub there. And now Nico has to pick a line. He's going to go the outside. Now switches it back to the inside. Fletcher to the outside now. He's going to get a little push from Nico behind. And now another touch going in through the Westfield bend. On the gyro cam round now, it's Fletcher, then Slater, then Nico. Oh, and there goes Fletcher trying to snap back at Sterling's and slam that door shut. Onofre he sits around 4/10 back from Marvin Samayo, who's back down into 5th position. Looking up ahead at the battle between the 22, the 16, and the 7. It's definitely not settling down anytime before the competition caution rolls out. Something happened to Stone in the background as he goes straight off into the wall. Here comes another challenging run from the 16. This time it's the outside run for the 16. Will it go the right way this time around? I don't think so, as Fletcher gives a little hip check. Around the outside goes Slater. This time the 7 finds the inside run on Fletcher. That'll be Nico getting a good opportunity out of a bad situation. Colby, Fletcher, and then Colby, but for how long, as the 16 seemingly runs away with it for just a moment as the 22 and the 7 battle it out. This is going to be the battle for P1 all the way down to P6, including Alexei Andreu. Fletcher dragging Nico Colby along in through the Hawthorne Bend. Battle for the lead is definitely not going anywhere anytime soon, especially not with the competition caution on the brink of coming out. Looking further back, Alexei Andreu battles with Michael Tanagretta and Igor Rizkov right now. A slight mistake coming out of the final corner of Clark Curve will unsettle Alexei's car, open the door for the 333. Will Rizkov come through at Paddock Hill Bend? I don't think so. Edwin Onofre chases down the Pickles machine. The number 97 out in front, that's Marvin Samayoa. Definitely different lines taken through that final corner of Sterling's. Edwin will lose the position to Joe Rainey. On board with the 7 of Nico Colby. There goes Fletcher with a Very late defensive move coming into Druids. And Fletcher makes a huge mistake. Rejoins the racetrack behind Nico Colby. Joe Rainey gets a big slide coming through Hawthorne Bend, but Fletcher gets in front of Nico for now, but goes a little too deep. Rejoins the racetrack behind Marvin Semioa, who gets a podium now, provisionally, of course. Adam Risner and the Moonlight Dancer are going to be cheering in the YouTube chat over that. Competition caution comes out, folks. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Trade for bananas?
Bananas? No thanks. Are you tired of lowball offers and no-shows? Here at VehicleBuyers.com, we make it fast and easy to sell your vehicle. Enter your vehicle information into our website and receive an offer for your vehicle. Our competitive offers ensure that you get the best deal possible. If you're ready to sell your vehicle, click the link below.
VehicleBuyers.com. Visit us today. Having trouble outfoxing the deals and the competition getting you all flustered? Time to be sly and visit OverstockVehicles.com. We have over 600 vehicles available for sale monthly, all at dealer pricing. OverstockVehicles.com. Visit us today.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish! Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
And we're back behind the official Porsche safety car. And right now it's Colby, Semioa, Fletcher, Rainey, Luthard Lim, Onofre, Cunningham, Colby, Juarez, Johnson, Ruskov, Andreu, James, Colby, Tanagretta. And we'll get it formed up 2x2 Noah's Ark formation for the race restart. Side by side between Slater Colby and Nico Colby. And Barney waves the green flag high and proud, and it will be a drag going down in towards the king. Be a good looking run for the number 16 as all the drivers fan out. So does the number 7, the Copeland Motorsports driver, Nico Colby, tries to get a pinch and a run to Slater up ahead. Marvin Semayoa trying to defend hard and sternly in front of Jeremy Fletcher, but Fletcher is relentless right now. Here he comes up the inside at Surtees, and they're going to touch doors with the number 97. And now the run is going to belong to whom? Down the Pilgrim's Drop. A little bit of squeeze given from Marvin Semayoa. Down goes Jeremy Fletcher through the drop, round the outside line for the number 22. Don't forget about Joe Rainey in 5th place right now. He is waiting for his opportune moment to strike as well. Not waiting any longer as he goes for a move, and cars dart every which way in avoidance. Up ahead, here's the 7's inside line going for the attacking run on Slater. And it will be late on the brakes for Nico Colby, and he goes through on the 16 at turn 1. Here comes Nico Colby and Slater through the fast and flowy double right-handers. And they clatter over the curves with confidence. Warren Johnson chasing down. Up ahead, Connor Cunningham. Cunningham defends fair to the middle of the racetrack. Up ahead, Jacob Luthard Lim going toe-to-toe with the 1-2-7. That'll be Stone Colby in the 52, excuse me. Slater and Nico continue their battle. This brings Fletcher into the mix. Now a little kiss there from behind from the 16 gives the 7 a little more speed than I think he needed going through the corner, but he manages to keep it on. There goes Fletcher, still trying to attack the number 7 out in front. Still single file line for now. The drivers are keeping it green and clean. $14 minutes and 20 seconds remaining on the clock. It's still anybody's ball game. Side by side now, it's quickly turned upside down for the number 7 as Fletcher turns it double trouble and gets up into P1. There goes a look from the 7 on the 16, chucks it up the inside line, compromises Slater's run, and now there goes Marvin Semayoa in the background, trying to get a drag run down the Pilgrim's drop on a couple of positions if he can grab them. The 1-2-3 is not secure by any stretch of the imagination. Jeremy Fletcher, Nico Colby, and Slater Colby are under threat right now from one another more than they are anybody else. Semayoa is patiently waiting for his opportunity to strike, and he keeps on according and slinking that gap back down to where he wants to be manageable. Nico trying to find a different way around Jeremy Fletcher. This time coming through Hawthorne Bend. It won't go his way. The 7 gains a little bit of ground on Jeremy Fletcher, the number 22 up ahead. Semayoa has to defend against Stone Colby in the number 52 as he's climbed back up into P5. Nico Colby continues to try to find a way through or past or around Fletcher, but unable to find any way to make the move happen as Fletcher continues to defend on entry to those corners. And the two Copeland Motorsports drivers are putting on a show for us right now and a clinic around Brands Hatch. Now the 7 under attack. Semioa there trying to take advantage of any opportunity that's about to present itself. Looks to the inside line down at the Paddock Hill bend, but now it won't be on like Donkey Kong. In fact, he might lose out to the 52 there as the door comes slightly ajar. The 22 leads the 7, and then the 16, Semioa in 4th place. Stone Colby in 5th, Edwin Onofre in 6th, Jacob Luthard Lim in 7th, Warren Johnson in 8th, leading Darren Colby, Joe Rainey, and Connor Cunningham. Alexei Andreu in 12th, Igor Rizkov in 13th, Michael Tanagretta in 14th, Christian James in 15th, and Colton Juarez in 16th. Fletcher running away with it a little bit now. Opens up the gap to a healthy 3/4 of a second, but it's not the same back here for Semioa. He's under attack from the number 52 of Stone. Little bit of a mistake up ahead from the number 7, and that'll open the opportunity for the number 16 to walk on by seemingly at the same time. It looks like Semioa loses out to the 52 of Stone Colby. Checking in a little further back, here's Joe Rainey with Darren Colby and Warren Johnson up ahead, and Connor Cunningham in the background. There goes the battle through the lead as Fletcher now loses it to the 16 of Slater. Two by two through Hawthorne Bend. And the drivers are going to be able to pull this one off pretty crazy. Out through the Westfield Bend. Now it'll be Dingledell. '22 might get a helping hand from behind because it's going to be Nico Colby back up into P2 now. Drivers all fanning back out to the racing line. Here comes the 52 of Stone with a very good run on the rest of the field. He fans out to the absolute outside line, and that might open the door for Semioa on the run down to Druids. There goes Fletcher back into the lead. And it's all popping off here for the final 5. Fletcher again, defensive through Hawthorne Bend. Down the Derek Mittner straight. And Marvin Semioa again shaking and baking, trying to find ways by anybody he can get his grubby little mitts on. And this time he'll get past Slater Colby. Under 5 minutes left to go. Here comes an attack from Slater. Through turn one, finds the inside line on Semioa and sets himself up for Druids. Fletcher, Colby. Fletcher with a big wiggle. That's going to compromise his run all the way down the middle straightaway, plummeting down the Pilgrim's drop. This gives a big opportunity to the 52. Around the outside at Hawthorne Bend and out through Westfield, the 52 is definitely up into P2, and there goes Fletcher with a big save in the background. But Fletcher goes all the way down into P5 after that big slip up. This makes it an all Colby podium for now. Unless Marvin Semioa and Jeremy Fletcher can disrupt that. Goes Fletcher through on Semioa. Whoa, no. There goes Semioa and Onofre, and I think that's going to collect Warren Johnson as well. Up ahead, Stone Colby and Nico Colby exchange positions. And it'll still be a Colby lockout for the podium as we head into the final 2 minutes of this race. Checking back in with the race leaders. It's the Colby train, Stone, Nico, and then Slater. And they're going to take the white flag here. I think it's all going to be left out on the tarmac as there goes the 7 with a switchback through the Patakill Bend. Down the Pilgrim's Rise. Fletcher comes from a long way back to send it on the 16 to try to disrupt the podiums of the Colby. There goes the 7 to the inside at Surtees. That one's going to be signed, sealed, and delivered. But will the 16 be able to get the run on him? The 52 holding onto the inside line, coming into the Hawthorne Bend. There goes Fletcher on Slater in the background. A little argy-bargy elbows out racing between the pair. As we come through the final corner for the final time here at Brands Hatch, it will go the way of Nico Colby for the win of this event. Stone Colby in P2, Jeremy Fletcher in third. Let's take a look at the results. It was Nico Colby in front of Stone, and then Jeremy Fletcher rounds out the podium. Slater Colby in fourth, Warren Johnson in fifth, Joe Rainey in sixth, Marvin Samayoa comes back in seventh, Edwin Onofre in eighth, Alexe Andreu in ninth, and Igor Rizkov in 10th. Cunningham in 11th, James in 12th, Tana Greta in 13th, Luthard Lim in 14th, Colby in 15th, Juarez in 16th, and Holcomb rounds out 17th. Don't go anywhere, folks. We still have driver interviews coming up in just a few moments. And we're going to go ahead and talk to our race winner. It's going to go the way of Nico Colby. Nico, that was a hard-fought battle for the lead of the race. And at some point in time, I'm sure you didn't think it was going to go that way either.
Yeah, no, it was kind of just luck at this race. Just try not to get crashed. Just a lot of racecraft for sure. And it's just so much chaos at this track every time we race.
And, you know, this track has some unique features to it. One of them being that grass fault runoff area at the bottom of the hill at the Graham Hill Bend, and also coming out of the Westfield Bend. You know, some drivers lose a little bit of traction there. We saw a couple of incidences amongst the field. How did the traction fare for you using that extra track width that's available to you?
Yeah, definitely where it's painted green, it definitely, when you don't think you're going to make the corner, kind of just grabs you and puts you where you're supposed to be. But as soon as you hit the dirt and the gravel, you're slow down like a second-ish.
Now, what does it take to come out on top for the West Coast Sim Racing GR86 Cup race, Nico Colby, at a track like Brands Hatch?
Yeah, just definitely a lot of defending, having good pace for qualifying. And yeah, just having Jeremy Fletcher sit behind me like a good boy. So yeah, that was basically it.
I was waiting for you to say something along those lines. Nico, anybody you'd like to shout out, or anybody you'd like to thank, or perhaps call him a good boy yet again?
Yeah, you, of course, for the streams, Warren for the league, Jeremy, of course, for being a good boy. Shout out everyone that helps with the league, everyone that shows up, and just, yeah, everyone makes fun.
Thanks, Nico. Really appreciate you. Have a great night, brother.
You too, thanks.
Let's talk to Stone Colby. Stone, at one point in the race, you ended up pretty much at 90 degrees to the track. It ended up straight into a barrier. The fact that you were able to climb back up into P2 is nothing short of heroic drive. First of all, what happened? And talk to us about that drive second.
Yeah, no, I came through that corner and it started to pitch on me and I just kind of oversnapped it a little bit. And then once I hit the grass, I was already in such a low gear that it was basically the tires were just spinning and I had zero traction. It was like black ice and then I just hit the wall. So not much I could do there. It was kind of just lost some talent. And then moving back up to the pack, luckily that was before the caution. So I kind of just tried to log some laps, and I knew those guys were fighting up there because they were doing that the whole time. So I figured I'd catch. And then on the halfway point, I just wanted a really good start, pick my passes clean and at the right time, and ended up working out.
Definitely. Where were the opportune moments for you to strike, or how were you able to capitalize in Cup Series battling?
Honestly, it's either like a late lunge or kind of just faking them out a little bit, getting them to blow a corner and undercutting them. I ended up getting Marvin with that going into turn one. I made him think that I was going to outbrake him on the outside, and then he blew it, and then I just cut underneath him, was able to get the pass. So especially this track, it's so tight and so one line that it's pretty tough. So you kind of got to play a lot of mind games.
Absolutely. It's almost a short course track when you think about it. So, yeah, you definitely have to play a lot of mind games, and you definitely played the master of them tonight. Stone, anybody like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank on the podium tonight?
You for broadcasting, Warren for putting on the league. Everybody's showing up and making it fun. Overstock Vehicles, vehiclebuyers.com. And yeah.
Thank you very much, Stone. Have a wonderful night and good luck out there.
You too. Thanks.
Last but not least, let's talk to Jeremy Fletcher, who had a lot of, well, Code Brown moments, to say the least, here at Brands Hatch. Jeremy Fletcher, what's it like to step out of the rig and maybe finally have a moment to catch your breath?
Yeah, I think I had 18x by the time we hit the caution, so definitely it was, should have showed up for practice, I guess. But yeah, it was fun at the end of the day. Nico gave me a little bit of a bumper and kind of got sideways. They started going by on, I think, 2 to go, and then it was just saving the car from there. I finished with 24x, so just trying not to get a penalty at the end of the day, finish, and see Nico next week buried under the guardrail somewhere.
It's fun to hear that the friendly competition is still out amongst you guys, and it's a darn shame to hear that you were kind of managing the X's or the incident count there at the end, because you definitely could have thrown your elbows out there for a win had you not been on the brink there. But looking forward to next week, what can we expect from Jeremy Fletcher?
Hopefully another win. But yeah, the JFR Esports setup was not good. I didn't really do it again. Kind of same thing, just grid and goad. But everybody that puts on this league, you for broadcasting, Warren puts on a great league. Everybody that shows up makes it fun no matter what, win or lose. Definitely can't have Nico winning any more of these, though. Can't have him thinking he's fast.
Can't let that ego get to his head, Jeremy. Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for your participation and your support of West Coast Sim Racing. Have a great night, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And I'm not seeing Warren Johnson here. We'll give him a few minutes as we close things out, folks. It was an amazing race from green to checkered flag, folks. The battles were absolutely phenomenal from the word go. They were relentless. From the slipstream battles down Pilgrim's Drop to the side-by-side runs out of Clark Curve and the Brabham Straight into the plummeting Paddock Hill Bend, and the Pilgrims rise yet again to Druids. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's been a pleasure to take you from green to checkered flag. On behalf of V-Speed, I've been your commentator, Sagar Bakshi, on the broadcasting team, taking you from green to checkered flag with all of the pictures and production as well. Have a great night, and as always, make sure you stay safe out there. Bye-bye for now.